It's Scruffy and Jinyo, and we've got something fun for you. We are challenging you, fellow Trekkies, to join us in watching an episode a day of the original series. Because if you start today, which is June 21st, and watch an episode a day, you'll end the day before Star Trek actually aired 50 years ago, which I think is like super exciting.
Which is September 8th, 1966. So, yep, this is our countdown.
None of us were born yet.
This is our countdown to the anniversary, the actual 50th anniversary of the airing of the first episode.
Yep.
And we're going to start watching an episode, so you can queue up your Blu-rays or your Netflix or whatever you've got, your VHS recording, and watch along with us.
Yeah, so very first episode that everyone saw 50 years ago was The Man Trap.
That's right. We're doing these in airing order, just as people would have seen them on TV back in the 60s.
Yeah.
And not like production order or machete order.
Recreating what
or whatever.
So many of you were lucky enough to see for the very first time.
All right. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're hitting play now. No, wait.
No.
Okay, now.
The starting to make no sense.
Yeah, 1513.1. But you want more sound?
Just a little bit.
Okay. I love that the first shot of the captain's chair has Spock in it. We've never seen Star Trek before. We don't know what the show is about. And the first thing we see is pointy-eared devil man in the captain's chair. It's kind of awesome. And also, you've got Kirk carrying a tricorder, which doesn't happen that often, I don't think.
Did it skip the actual intro? Or has that not happened yet?
No, it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
I love the little suede gun belt.
See, the suede gun belt was my favorite. I mean, I know they switched to the black one later, but I love that, like, old Western feel to it.
Yeah, kind of a gunslinger
it's got some
thing.
type of, like, trim on it or something. It just looks really, really rad. I also love the romantic that it shows Kirk, because he asks Bones, like, you know, do you want to pick some flowers for, like, a girl you haven't seen in forever? And he does that a lot.
Is that how you get girls, by bribing them?
Well, I
love that line.
He's always picking flowers, you know, and it's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of love that the very first episode people get is, like, a Bones-centric story.
What was that?
I love that, like, the first episode that people are exposed to is a Bones-centric story.
Yeah, it's a Bones story.
Which I'm just fine with.
See, she walks in and then appears to be like, "Oh, hey, Leonard." Like she wasn't expecting it, but the fact that she's already like taken that form kind of implies that Salt Monster wise, you know, like it saw them come and then was like, "Okay, I'm gonna take on this form," and then walk in there and
like
and
it
fake
already
it.
knew?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it knew just from...
Or do you think it's like an automatic thing?
Well, I thought it already knew from whoever she was with.
Dr. Crater?
Yeah.
That they were coming? Yeah, but I'm saying she walks into the scene and she's like, "Oh, Leonard."
Yeah.
You know, and I'm saying she was faking it. She's a liar.
Poor Darnell.
Whatever. He's like the very first non-regular.
And Kirk will never let him live that down. Oh, little ensign's mad.
Poor Darnell doesn't have a response to that. He's like, yes, warm.
She's a
It's,
hot woman.
hello.
Does not
He just
compute.
came off of a starship with like 100 hot ladies. But here's the very first time the intro was played.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations. To
Holy
boldly
go.
go where no man has gone
I like
before.
No Man. No. You don't sing along?
I do sometimes. But
Do you
then
remember the lyrics that Ron Berry
yeah,
made?
yeah, I do.
Oh.
I wonder how they made all the planets.
Right? Because they look so good.
Yeah, they all look really good. They all look very
I
planetary.
really prefer just the... Like, I don't like any of the CG updates, any of the episodes. I prefer it all just the regular way it looked.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're watching it with the original effects.
Yeah. This is kind of like a great mystery story.
Well, it's kind of interesting. This was the 3rd episode that they shot.
Yeah.
But it was the first one they showed because they had to pick an episode that basically,
Would get people into it?
Yeah, would get people into it, would seem interesting to people who've never seen the show before because no one's ever seen the show before, and also gets across the concept.
You ever notice how sometimes Shatner gets what I consider the beauty lighting?
He always gets the
frame,
beauty lighting.
which is like the half out of focus
Yeah, the
stuff.
soft focus.
Which I
and
think
then
is
the-
amazing because
lighting.
he's a beautiful princess. And of course he should get that
He
type of
is.
framing.
He is a beautiful princess.
Did I hear you call him Dr. McCoy? Yeah. McCoy. I heard Nancy speak of a Dr. McCoy.
Awkward.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen Nancy?
He was like, oh crap.
You've seen her too. You were with the good doctor. Yes.
You don't have any salt sucker marks on your face. I like how McCoy, like early on, he actually has to run the little tricorder scanner on his body.
And then later she's
Yeah.
like, nah, and
Yeah.
then done.
He's like, we can't do it at a distance yet. We have to do it with very awkward touching all over you.
It just keeps happening. Kirk is like, dude, come on, like.
Well, you getting bones. She's got a bit of gray.
He's trying to be nice about it, but
Yeah.
he's like, dude, no. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, is that the only time he uses a tongue depressor?
I think he just wants Professor Crater to shut up.
Oh no, what's happened?
Oh, did Darnell get inappropriate with Nancy Crater? He did.
Oh my god, he got hickey to death. That can't be a great way to go though, right?
No.
No?
With a salt monster's
so-
tentacle fingers?
Kirk got sweaty really fast. He's got just sweat all over his face.
Well, it's hot on this planet.
So
Like,
the second, so it's like air conditioned inside.
yeah, like look how sweaty he
That's
is.
why I love
He's
that. I
all
love
shiny.
that everyone is just like dripping so
Yeah.
wet.
That's why, like, when
But she's not.
when sexy Nancy Crater comes out of the building, she looks over at Darnell. And she's like, "Oh, it's hot in here, isn't it?"
This is fascinating though because like the Nancy lady is not like doesn't
Yeah,
really have
she's-
any sweat,
she's
and
not sweaty
everyone
at
else
all.
is like super sweaty. And am I supposed to believe that's on purpose, or is it just they decided to blot her in between shots and not the guys,
Yeah, maybe they thought they didn't want women looking sweaty.
or she just holds her sweat well, man. She's just a big liar.
Well, you know what? You know how Darnell loves his Borgia plant? Just can't keep his mouth off of it. I've never seen this reaction from Borgia plant before.
He's like, you were way hotter 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's not even listening to what she's saying.
No, he has no
He's
idea
like-
what she said.
He's like,
He's just
"Are you Nancy's mother?
He's like,
Where
am
did
I-
hot Nancy
am I
go?"
high or something?
Mhm.
Like, it'd be weird, right? Like you saw someone and looked 25, and you saw him again and he looked like 40 or 50
Why would that be weird?
within like 2 minutes of each other.
Happens all the time, doesn't it?
Lady needs her salt.
Oh, you did ask for the salt, didn't you? Didn't you? Not to be weird about it or anything.
She gets really scary. And
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, lady likes her salt.
Mm-hmm. I love this little dialogue between the two of them.
Oh yeah, they are adorable best buddies.
Well, since it is illogical for a communications officer to attempt the word frequency, I have no answer.
No, you haven't. I'm an illogical woman, beginning to feel too much a part of a communications council. I don't find an attractive young lady. Ask me if I've ever been in love. Tell me how your planet felt under some lazy people in the moon spot.
Vulcan has no moon.
I'm not surprised.
I love that. And I also love the implication that, you know, they have downtime on the ship to
And they chat.
chat and flirt with each other and make fun of Spock's
They're like best buddies.
social inadequacies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lieutenant, my demonstration of concern will not change what has happened. The transporter room is very well manned, and they will call me if they need
I love like everyone knows like he has no friends, but like
Right.
Kirk is the closest thing he has to a friend. Like everyone already knows that.
all that other Borgia plant. Go ahead, Mrs. Spock. Borgia plant listed in library record tape says carbon group 3 vegetation, similar to Earth nightshade family.
He's wearing Uhura's thing in his ear.
Yeah, I mean he does a couple times in the first couple episodes. He's wearing it, and then they just kind of like ditch it. But
Yeah.
and he also, I thought he wore it a little bit differently than how she wears hers. Maybe not.
Well, he's wearing a different ear.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
She says she saw him eat the plant. She was mistaken. I know how it
Maybe
was.
she's a liar.
There's no trace of it.
She's not a liar.
Don't tell me my business. He could not have swallowed it. My instruments would have picked up any trace of it whatsoever. Then what kills a healthy man? I'll tell you something else. This man shouldn't be dead. I can't find anything wrong with him. According to all the tests, he should get up and just walk away from here.
There's something wrong with your test.
Because he's missing all the salt.
He's
from
a
his
dead
body.
man. He's a corpse lying on the table there.
I swear, Jim, when I first saw her, she looked just as I'd known her.
I mean, as a doctor, I'm sure he's freaking out because he's like, no, like she legit looked one way one moment and the next the other. Oh, Captain's mad.
Mm.
Oh, but they're like bestest best buddies. And he's all like, yes,
Shut up with your stupid romantic ramblings.
like he went so
I've
far
lost
with
a man.
He went so far with the conversation, but the second that Bones is just-
Yeah. See, now it's 1513.4.
What was it before?
It was 1513.1.
It's only been the same day. What does that even mean?
Yeah, I know. What is the .4? What does that mean? And there's Riley.
Yeah.
That's Riley sitting at the navigator station.
Yeah.
See, she wears it on her left ear.
He's one of the best minor characters ever.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have green nail polish?
Looks like it.
Awesome. Oh, somebody's gonna die if he goes a few more days without him.
Jose Dominguez. See, he's a righty.
Look at that hair. Because it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's gonna freak people out and it's just weird.
I swear, the way that those things fit, those tunics fit on them,
Yeah.
they look like... It looks to me like there's a little bit of stretch to them.
In the velour.
Yeah, the way it fits on the arms. Just like a little bit. Maybe it's that stretch on the bias, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh. He said, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Now they're buddies again.
I still love you, Bones.
Salt. Jim is the tiniest. He's shorter than everybody.
Who?
Jim.
Hmm.
You have Spock and then Bones and Jim, and Jim's the tiny one.
Hmm. I also like how
Pretty sure you're doing that right now.
they're the first like guest stars on Star Trek. So the characters, they have these spacey names.
Who? Who are the...
This Professor Crater. Professor and Nancy Crater.
Yes. You know, that's on purpose where they're like, let's have space names.
Well, Crater's not exactly a name you pull out of the phone book.
I suppose not.
Something we don't understand killed one of my men. Could prove to be a danger to you and Mrs. Crater, too.
Nah.
Been here for almost 5 years. If there were anything hostile here, we would know about it, wouldn't we?
If there were anything hostile here, I would have started treating it like my wife and making love to it.
Oh, you don't think they're doing that, do you?
Why would you keep a monster around who looks like your wife
Oh, dear.
if you're not boning it?
That's not okay.
Aware of the need for salt on a hot and arid planet like this, Professor. It's a mystery. And I don't
I'm just going to pick up your stuff at random
Mm-hmm.
and touch it.
I got beauty right now.
Give me a bellyache. That's why you got McCoy around.
Oh, nose.
What is so mysterious about that?
That's what you get your salt in.
Yeah. They're a special treat.
Apparently.
Salt.
In case you're wondering.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely salt.
Yep. They're not lying to us about that being salt.
It was not a good idea.
You can't do that. But I can. You mustn't do it. It'll interfere with our work. How? We've been here 5 years, and a couple of days make a difference.
And also, you're doing a crappy job at your job now because you haven't made shipments recently.
Spock. Arrange quarters with Professor and Mrs. Crater. Did you get the plan analysis? Here's the portion variety, Captain. Could not have caused Darnell's death.
run off.
Because we weren't looking at all.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
Another death by Hickey. Oh my god! She's down.
She's like right in the middle.
She's just like,
oops.
I love that she's just like a naughty pet dog or
Yeah.
something. Because that's what it is. It's a naughty pet animal. He's like, whoopsies.
Was I not supposed to kill him?
I mean, it's not its fault because it needs it to live.
But seriously, does anybody have those launch codes?
Yep, another dead guy.
Oh,
You
Sturgeon.
just lost like 3 dudes.
Yeah. Interesting side note.
Yeah, Green's gone. Oh. That don't look good.
We've lost 3 characters so far.
Yes.
No one who has died on
Is a
Star
red
Trek is a
shirt.
red shirt.
Is a red shirt.
There's been 2 gold and 1 blue.
Yeah. Everyone has to carry on that red shirt bit. Way too
Mm-hmm.
much.
I mean, it's justified,
Yes.
but still. I like that they're just shouting,
They're not, like,
"Green!
actually
Green!"
looking for
like,
him.
Like, where's... They're not... No one's whipped out a communicator.
No one's actually looking. It's just we're gonna stand right here and stay.
You don't... you would think that they would think about trying to call somebody on their cell phone.
Nah.
No, sir. I checked all through the rulings. Word about it, Jim. She's not at quarters. She's not digging.
How does it know to like talk the way? Oh god, he looks so creepy. He's like, you look so salty.
Yeah, no.
like that. It just the alien has that ability to. Like I'm assuming it didn't really
I guess
listen to
so.
the guy's talk before it like sucked face and it did all that, but it like instantly. You know,
Well,
it's one thing to mimic how a person looks, but another to mimic how they sound.
Well, here's the question. Is it actually changing the way it looks, or is it just using some kind of psychic power to make you
That you expect to see green, so you see green.
So he's basically
And
saying,
you expected
you
to
will
see-
see me as green.
Yeah, you expected to
know?
see Nancy, so you saw
Yeah,
Nancy.
you will
and-
see me as Nancy. You will see me as
Kirk
a hot
expected
blonde.
to see her young. Sorry, Kirk expected to see her old.
Right.
McCoy expected to see her kind of in his last mind's eye.
Yeah.
And
then
Darnell had no
was just
idea.
a
Apparently,
horn dog who
yeah.
wanted to see a hot lady.
He just Green is just
Yeah.
like, oh, I hope they don't know it's not really me.
Right.
I need some
So
salt.
clearly he's got, some kind of like mind reading powers.
Colin acted was so effed up. Oh god, the camera! It's just
yeah.
like, hey.
They did not have Steadicam back then. They just had a dude hauling around a giant camera.
I love the transporter elevator. Like,
Ooh.
yummies. I mean, that's actual salt in a container, so just take that, right?
Oh, see, they have the large Wagenfeld
Yeah.
salt shakers. That's why I got the large ones.
Yeah, we have both.
Yeah, we have the small ones and the large ones.
Just wasting that salt right in front of him.
Oh.
She smacks him. But she's eating someone else. Is that her food? Or was it like
I hope it
Or was
was.
it the captain? She just like, he doesn't need this celery because he hates red alien celery.
Uh-huh.
Professor, I'm afraid we're reading on only one person. Greater. Circling as if searching for something. Expand search rate.
I would hate to always have to be like looking through that, because you'd always be like hunched over. Because apparently you can't look at it when you're sitting down, because Spock is always standing up and hunched over it. And it's
Well, sometimes he looks at it while sitting down.
Man, they're just all being lecherous as nobody's business on Rand.
And Green is all like, yes, I would also like to lick her salt. I would like to lick her salt so hard. Oh, is that not what you guys are talking about?
Oh, I love Yemen Rand. For the it's my favorite thing in the world. It's the flower hand plant.
May the great bird of the galaxy.
We're gonna make that one day, right?
Beauregard.
It's a heat.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, she brought this food for Sulu and she was eating his celery.
I know.
She's kind of a dick.
Well, yeah, they would grab you because one of them's a fucking
I
hand.
know. One day we're gonna make that.
Yeah. I want to cosplay a life-size Beauregard plant.
Or guard the hand plant.
Mm-hmm.
Does the cake actually eat any of that stuff? Like, what was
Presumably. Space food?
it? Was it like all... Because it wasn't Jello that was dyed. What was it, though?
I don't know. I think you have to speculate louder, though. Looks like
celery.
melon. Could be melon.
Color melon.
Mm-hmm.
Been nipping some brandy. Oh, no! It's screaming!
Yeah.
That generally, if an animal, or especially a plant, starts just screaming, so, oh! Something's wrong. Oh, it's scared. Oh, he goes to soothe his plant,
Yeah.
which is not a euphemism.
Very sensitive.
It seemed to work.
Suppose he's going space happy or something?
He's got
So
space
it's not
madness.
space mad, it's space happy. I love this very specific character movement. So, like, in case you for some reason forgotten, that's not actually green. It's the monster
Mm-hmm.
alien thing.
Oh,
It's
see?
always like biting the knuckle
Yeah.
of like with nervousness and stuff.
See, and now he uses more of his psychic powers to sort of turn into what she wants to see.
Which is some hot, tall black dude.
Mm-hmm. But then also speak Swahili to her.
How does it know?
Do I know you?
In a way, man. You were just thinking of someone like me.
Oh my.
I'm guessing, of course, but
So it's projecting what you
I see.
are thinking.
So naturally, when I'm lonely, I think of you.
una cubaría. No aquí, Jose.
Una que quiere. Cool.
I feel like she was about to shut him down, but then when
Mhm.
he spoke Swahili, she was like, "All right, I'll
Yeah.
give you some more time to talk to me." Oh, they're about to mac out, but not in a good way.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
He's gonna desalinate her so hard.
Creepy. Go.
Lieutenant Uhura, on my way, sir.
She made it.
Yeah. And that's a turbo lift, which you can tell because there's a little sign above it that says turbo lift.
I have just never noticed that before. I think ever. Black shirt. I don't know if we ever see Kirk in the black shirt, but we see McCoy and Spock in their black shirts.
Hmm.
On
Yeah,
Tum-
I don't
on Tumblr,
recall
They
if
always
we
talk
see-
about it like the black shirt is sexiness, and I definitely agree. Wow, they look really nice in all black.
He's just got
That
the
was
red
a
pill.
lot.
See?
That was
Turbo
a
lift
lot.
3.
Oh. It's interesting, though, because that implies that McCoy has prescribed Jim sleeping pills.
Yeah, he just said, like,
I
try
know.
taking one of
the
those red pills you
you
gave me last week.
but then it's like, oh, he has trouble sleeping. Captain's duties are hard.
Yeah, he's the
I
captain.
know Captain Kirk so much. Just everybody's eating now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's probably like lunchtime or whatever.
Whatever that is, apparently Shatner has no problem eating it. And I bet it's been sitting out for a while, and it's obviously got like food coloring on it. And
Well, yeah, it's...
that's what an actor does.
Mm-hmm. He commits to the role.
Yes.
Like, this is disgusting.
I'm gonna
On-set
throw
food. I don't need to be eating it, but I'm gonna eat it because that's what my character would do. $3F127.
Does that mean something?
I don't know. That's what it said under his name.
Wow, she is massively out of focus.
Yeah.
Goodness. I kind of just want to go through life, everyone seeing me out of focus, because it seems to be like the best filter for every woman. Oh, she's doing the knuckle thing!
Yeah, she's biting the knuckle.
You know, something's gonna go down when she's doing that.
That's where the salt vampires store their internal salt. In the knuckle.
Uh-ohs. Uh-ohs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aren't you married?
Oh. No, it's nasty.
What? It's nasty because she's an older lady putting the moves on
Nasty 'cause
McCoy?
she wants to suck him, suck his salt out.
Is that a euphemism? I think you should take the whole bottle.
It'd be way easier if you were unconscious. Oh gosh.
Aww.
When did she have time to do that?
He's quick.
This is like amazing. It's like a Scooby-Doo like murder mystery. You just keep finding dead bodies around every corridor. That guy like twitched. Was he not supposed to twitch? Because that implies he was kind of still alive there.
I don't know.
Captain's log. Stardate 1513.8.
See, now it's 0.8. 1513.8.
Was caused by some strange
I'm pretty sure it's still the same day.
Yeah, it's got to be the same day. Maybe that's like several hours later or something.
So we're assuming McCoy has taken some sleeping pills
Mm-hmm.
as she's.
Yeah, she fed him
What
some
we
sleeping
know
pills.
is creepily stroking his chin.
Like, she's got him alone. I don't see why she wouldn't just suck his salt out right
I
then
don't know
and
why
there.
either. Because she's obviously desperate for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's not that desperate because she just ate.
Oh, that's true.
She just filled up on Pocket Man.
Well then why? Oh. Oh, she's gonna lick it. But like, why does it like matter then? Like, she obviously needs as much salt as she can get, but why?
Yeah,
Take
why?
all this time.
Why bother to like make him unconscious?
Yeah, it doesn't. She
Trick him into
hasn't
taking
needed that with
pills.
anyone else before.
Right. Maybe.
Oh, knuckle bite.
Maybe it's because she
Which, like,
does
when you
care
bite your
about
knuckle,
him.
it's kind of like a sexual thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I really want something.
Yeah, and I just think it's interesting that that's this very specific,
snap!
character trait, this, like, almost bite of the knuckle.
Mm-hmm. Right. It implies that she's not sucking salt for sustenance, but because it's some kind of weird
That's
sexual
gross!
fetish. I
She's
know.
sucking it for sustenance. If she doesn't get it, she'll die.
You know, sometimes you feel that way about the sexual things, too.
She's addicted to the sex.
Yeah, maybe she's just
The sexual salt addiction.
yes. My sexual salt addiction. My salt fetish.
Yay, we've got Kirk and Spock.
And he's hiding behind a rock.
What if he was peeing?
Go away! I'm still peeing!
Don't you like our random, like, Chinese lion that's just here? Like, these are our ruins of an ancient civilization.
Yeah.
Like, a bunch of Stonehenge stuff and a Chinese lion.
Yeah.
I love this 60. See, that implies, like, Kirk is looking up, so it implies that
Yeah,
he's, like,
he's
way
up-
up.
he's
But
up
I
on
just
a
keep
hill.
thinking that he's, like, level, and it's just throwing me off.
Well, especially since he's not looking down. He's just looking
Maybe that's what it
straight
is.
out.
See, Kirk is, like, committed.
Barnhart.
Cheddar's committed.
Barnhart
Oh,
found dead.
that's...
I think Barnhart was
5?
Pocket Man.
Is that 5 now?
Yeah, this would be the number 5.
I think it was two yellow and 2 blues on the planet, and then it was the guy in that suit thingy.
No,
On
it
the
was
ship.
2 gold and 1 blue on the planet.
Darnell.
It was Darnell who was gold.
No, Darnell
And then there was
blue.
green, and then there was...
Darnell was blue.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
Darnell was blue, and the sturgeon was blue.
Right.
And then green was yellow, and is that the same body? Oh, it's the same body from before.
Oh, it is?
It's the same body from before. Because remember the
Oh,
salt
that's
monster
right.
went-
They didn't realize that Green
okay,
was
so
dead.
It's 3 on the planet and 1 on the ship.
Yeah.
So 4 total.
Pocket Man, Barnhart.
Why are you calling him Pocket Man?
Because he wore nothing but pockets. Did you not see his outfit? Some of those.
Oh, look, we got a lady in
Oh,
pants!
we got a lady in pants and a tunic.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited because it's the first episode people see.
And then you got a
see
couple of guys
woman-
walking by with the
a woman in pants.
the old style turtlenecks.
Yeah, well, but they were just grabbing anything they could from
Right, at
the
that
wardrobe
point.
department to put on
At that
people
point.
to fill that hallway scene. So I love this. I feel like there was like a lot of actual thought put into this. Although sometimes I don't think there is because it's the 60s. But like, Kirk is sweaty and Spock is not, and
Mhm.
Spock wouldn't be because coming from a desert planet, he wouldn't be sweaty. Like, you know, 'cause he always
Right,
runs hot.
right.
And you look and Spock is not really sweaty. Like,
No, not nearly as much.
as Shatter. I like to believe that was on purpose.
Yeah, let's pretend it was.
I am.
I also like how Crater has the old style phaser.
The one we haven't seen yet from the pilot and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's kind of a great army crawl backwards from Nimoy.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Look, he's got his jar of pills. It's open. He's just like
It's
lying
so
all
you
over the
know he just dosed himself pretty hard. Also, like, why is Sulu there? They hadn't figured out what they were doing with Sulu at this point, right?
I guess not.
Like,
He's in the greenhouse. He's on the.
I mean, he's in the greenhouse
Console.
because that is a thing for him that he like has this hobby of being a botanist. So even though he's a helmsman later, like
See,
he loves
I
botany.
wonder if that was just something that was made up later to explain why he
Why
was
he
in the
was in
greenhouse
there.
in the first.
Well, it's established
episode.
within the fandom that like he's a botanist.
There's a lot of
He
things
loves
established
plants.
within the fandom.
That
That doesn't
are
all make them
awesome.
true. With your salt.
The forest has pretty eyes.
Fill me in with your salt.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I love the Kerkeron. He's a master of the Serpentine. He's a master. He's the absolute master.
I know, it's great.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Basically, with I don't know if it's with Shadow or specifically for the Kirk character for him, it's like if there's nothing in your way,
Oh, ass down, ass down.
you need to go like out of your way to go weird.
Well, they're being pinned down by a guy with a gun, so they have to be careful.
But there's that one episode later where there's like a box like way out in front, and he
Mhm.
could easily go around it, and he jumps over it, and like that sums up how he deals with obstacles,
Yeah.
you know. And so
Yeah.
here, like, there's nothing in his way,
He doesn't mess around.
but he'll weave.
Doesn't mess around. I also like how some of these giant stone blocks just kind of move when they're climbing around past them.
It's another planet. I
Yeah,
mean, they're
it's
very
another
light
planet.
rocks. That must have been like a low-level stun because he's still awake.
Yeah, I know.
But see, Crater's so
What
nice.
the fuck are you
because-
talking about, the last of their
But
kind?
he cares for this creature. I'm really trying not to think about them having like a sexual relationship. I hate that you put that idea into my head. But it's so sweet that, you know, here's the last of its kind and he wants to try to save it. It's like the buffalo! The buffalo!
Yeah, except he wasn't boning a buffalo.
You just had to put that out there, didn't you?
Seemed obvious to me.
And so just think of that with salt monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so sad. Mm. Thank you, Mr. Sherlock. Aww. Doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Because it's been her for so long.
Yeah.
But it's just so interesting that, I mean, you could do an easy, like, very straightforward monster is bad equals evil type character, but it's like a very layered character, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, the monster itself isn't that layered, but the situation is.
But I mean, it's a creature. I mean, we don't know its level of intelligence. Pretty sophisticated, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's only
seems pretty
doing
sophisticated.
what it can to survive. Like, it's gonna die if it doesn't have salt.
Is it doing what it can to survive?
It's been nice.
Because I feel like if it wanted to survive and didn't want to murder people, it could just go up and be like,
But
"Look,
humans
I'm
aren't
I'm an alien. I'm the last of my kind.
I really need some salt.
I really need some salt. I would love to talk to you about my culture and stuff like that. We can communicate and everything. I can tell you all kinds of fascinating things about my world, but I just really, really need salt."
But you're only thinking that.
And you know what would happen? They would give it salt. They would give it salt. They would make friends with it.
But
everything would be
you
cool.
only think it's that intelligent because it can mimic people.
Right.
But it's like parrots can mimic people, and they're not as intelligent as humans. So, like, if you think about it in that context where it's actually not as smart as humans, like, it's a creature that, you know, if it's hungry, it'll do whatever it can to survive. It doesn't have that, like, this higher level of thinking to
but
for
it
help.
can communicate. It can sit there and be like,
But
yes, but
obviously-
what about salt? Did you ask about salt?
But it
Because we need salt too.
But it obviously can't help itself because Creator had, like, obviously told it, like, you know, hold it. You know, you need to hold your horses.
You would
and
hope
I
that
will work
Praetor
with it.
had communicated that
He
murdering people is
obviously
bad.
had because it knew when it was in trouble when it was killing Green because it was like, oh, you know, it knew it was in trouble.
Now, that's kind of an interesting thing. It's like,
See, McCoy refers to it as an intelligent animal. He's thinking about it as an animal, as a creature, not something as like the same higher level of
see,
them.
this is something kind of interesting. What if aliens came down to Earth and like all humans had been killed off except for like one person left,
Yeah.
and that one person happened to be like a meth addict, you know? And like these aliens just happen to sweat meth, you know? That's kind of what's going on here, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like he would be intelligent,
But it
and
wouldn't be
you
able
could
to,
have
but it wouldn't be able to
conversations,
stop.
but he's just a drug addict asshole who can't help wanting to kill you for the meth in your veins.
Captain's mad.
Oh, he is mad. He's got anger lighting.
He's got amazing anger face too,
Mhm.
and is holding this amazing pose. Aww.
Yeah, and it killed her. Yes, fewer now that she's dead.
Not when you have one that can replicate her.
That's true.
Oh, I really don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
Aww.
It needs love as much as it needs salt.
I mean, that would specifically explain why every time it's taken on, apparently what would attract you in your head.
Mm-hmm. Like the hot lady for
Because
Darnell.
that's very specific, you know.
The hot
young
Swahili dude for
Uhura and young Nancy for
Mm-hmm.
Bones and same Nancy for Crater. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be anyone, but it's very specifically being things you'd be attracted to because it
Because it
needs
needs
love
love
as much as
as it needs salt.
So it's a love and a salt addict. That's a mess.
He knows. Does he know? Does he know that McCoy is the monster?
Oh, I forgot.
You forgot that McCoy is
I already
the monster?
forgot that McCoy is the salt monster right now.
You'd be so dead.
So this whole time,
You'd be so
this
dead.
whole time it's like, oh my god, they want to kill me. Oh, and they have no idea. I just love the way the planets looked.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-ohs. Uh-ohs.
She got that Kirk run.
Oh, no!
Oh,
No, duh. Oh! First time you see the green blood.
yeah.
To help you know. Oh, he's got
But he's
blood
got, like,
coming out of his
but-
ear!
But he's got like a red wound also.
Oh.
Oh.
That's pretty awful and serious. So, see, that makes me feel like it's a cheater because it had talked about how McCoy's, like,
I like your feelings better.
yeah, his feelings about Nancy were stronger than
Uh-huh.
Crater's. Like, he was projecting stronger. So it kind of makes the salt monster seem like a big hoe.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has lived with Crater for, like, 2 years.
Yeah.
And then just blows him off.
It needs love, but it doesn't need fidelity.
Apparently not. Oh, no! So, he woke up even though he had sleeping pills.
Yeah, those pills must not be that effective.
No, maybe that's why he was taking a lot. I'm so excited for this scene.
And this would be only the first time that Kirk killed McCoy's love on this show.
Awkward.
An event which would become a pattern with such classic episodes as
Oh,
City on the Edge of Forever.
She wants some salt so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think those were like aspirin of the day?
Yeah, probably. He's like, don't you want this delicious salt? So salty!
That sounds like
Mmm!
because she'll be exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Just so weird because Bones like is still processing. Like he thinks this is like his childhood love, and meanwhile there's this really weird.
Plus he just woke up. He's like, what the fuck is
Oh,
going on?
oh! I love this little. Oh, I forgot it freezes people. That's how she has no problem doing this. Oh no!
That's
no!
his-
No!
That's
no.
its special salt kung fu.
Stop her, McCoy! This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
Spock is
It's
gonna hit
killing
him.
the captain.
This is amazing. Oh my god!
Love the double fisted hammering.
Which is funny because I always associate that as like being a Kirk thing, and
Uh-huh.
yet we see it with Spock first. A little surprising because given how strong Vulcans are, like that salt monster just like
Yeah.
backhanded him like he was nothing.
Right. I also find it interesting that on the very first episode of Star Trek, when we're trying to show the audience this is what our show is about,
Oh!
we've got a demonic looking alien
Mhm.
pounding a woman with both hands as hard as he could.
Oh, I
Just
love,
as hard
I love
as
this
he could.
monster suit. That sounds painful. Oh. So it's not until his best friend is screaming that he does something.
Yeah. He's shocked. He's shocked and appalled.
Shiny sparkly band-aid.
Yeah, he does have a sparkly band-aid. Why don't we have those now? Because it's not
What's
the
worse is that
23rd
as it's
century.
dying, it shows
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Nancy's face, and that's just messed up.
Yeah.
But he's trying to survive, so that's why it's doing it.
Yeah.
I love
It could have just said, hey, I'm an alien creature,
I
last
love-
of my kind. I could use some salt.
I love the salt monster though. It's furry and it's wearing a
It's wearing a
fisherman's
fishing net, yeah.
And it's got suckers on its hands.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Its face looks very sad, though, too.
I know.
It's a
The
sad-looking
entire
face.
journey of this creature is very sad.
Whatever. It deserved it.
I mean, Bones is like target of the party and understanding what's going on. So
Yeah.
for him, he's like,
You can understand him being a little out
well,
of it.
he's feeling like
after
he just
everything that's
murdered
happened.
this woman he loved, and has to process that it wasn't actually her.
Which he kind of did. He kind of murdered her. Whatever. That's fine.
Sulu at the helm.
Yep. Sulu gets to sit everywhere on this
Yes.
episode.
He's over it. He's already smiling.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Got a little smirk there.
That was I'm good. I'm good.
Buffalo.
It's fine. But see, it's trying to make you think. Like at the very end, it's trying to make you think, and not see it as just evil or a monster. It. You know,
Right.
This very first episode is trying to make you see it in terms of it's an animal that was doing what it needed to survive. It was the very, very last one, and now it's gone. And that you shouldn't be happy that it's dead. You should feel really, really sad that it's gone.
Yeah.
That there wasn't a way to save it.
Yeah, that's very true. I think that I heard that
Some
in
deep thoughts in Star Trek.
Yeah, I heard that some earlier versions of the script it focused even more on the whole killing the last of its kind.
Mm-hmm. But even what we get is pretty. It's pretty specific. No, William Tite is pretty specific.
Yeah. It's interesting. So you have like action, you have a monster, you have an alien planet, and you have like some philosophical questions all wrapped up in one episode, which is I think the reason that they chose this one versus
As the first one you see.
Yeah, because like
and you also get to see the triumvirate because it's already establishing that you've got Kirk and McCoy and Spock.
Right.
You got Kirk and McCoy, Kirk and Spock,
Because
three of them.
Because like Charlie X, that show kind of suffers from the fact that it all takes place on
later.
one
We'll talk
on
about
the
that later
ship.
when we watch it.
Yeah.
Talk about it later when
I'm
we
not
watch
watching.
it.
I'm not watching any more of this show. What are you talking
Yes,
about?
we are.
No,
Yes,
we watch
are.
this episode and then it's the anniversary. Right?
No. 78 more to go.
One down, 78 more episodes to go.
Right.
That was a good episode, though.
Yeah. So join us next time for Charlie X, right?
Yep, I believe
Yep,
Charlie
yep,
X
alright.
is our next episode.
It's gonna be good.
All right.